Hi everyone, and welcome back to my Star Trek The Next Generation reactions, and today I am bringing you two more very exciting episodes. The first one we are watching is Season 4, Episode 20's Qpid, which I'm very excited for because it's probably going to have Q in it, and I love me some Q. And then we are jumping into Season 5 with Season 5, Episode 3, Ensign Ro. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that first word, so I said it both ways. I think it could be pronounced. I don't really know anything about these episodes at all. No one has really recommended these episodes to me in the past, so they're kind of a mystery to me. I don't know how much they relate to Deep Space Nine, which I'm going to be getting to after I watch this run of The Next Generation, and I don't know if they were recommended to me for this time around before I get into Deep Space Nine because they relate to Deep Space Nine or because they're just good episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. But either way, I am loving this show. This is honestly probably my favorite Star Trek content, and sorry to all the original Star Trek lovers out there. I loved the original Star Trek show as well, but The Next Generation to me, it just feels so special. I don't know, I just love these characters, I love this world, and I'm enjoying every single second of watching these episodes along with you guys. And I got my trusty Star Trek lover dog Huxley here today. She'll be asleep watching the reactions, and if she's here at the very end, then hopefully she can give you a review of the episodes, see how much she enjoyed them and stuff as well. And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon of uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. Thank you so much for checking it out. Let's get back to the video. Okay, let's dive into this first episode. Maybe it'll be a little bit of a love story, because Qpid and Qpid, you know what I mean? So anyways, I hope you enjoy my reaction to Season 4, Episode 20, Qpid.
I look forward to giving tomorrow's keynote address with great anticipation.
I bet you do.
Have beamed aboard and been assigned their quarters.
Excellent.
That's it. You can go now.
May I make a suggestion?
By all means.
Relax. You've written a brilliant speech.
Yes, Troy. Thank you.
I have examined the findings of every archaeological expedition conducted on the planet's surface.
Wow, you are in love with this planet.
Counselor.
Now, good night, Captain.
Stop drinking that coffee and go to sleep, buddy. He has such a nice room. Like, look at those couches. They look so comfortable.
Bring back any memories?
Vash.
Why are you here? Oh, do we have a Picard lover now? So has she been like set up as a Picard lover then? Because she's not in the later seasons, I don't think. That's a nice teapot.
I had no idea you were a member of the Archaeology Council.
Hey, that means you got one person on your side.
Excuse me.
What is it?
This is Beverly. Dr. Beverly. Dr. Beverly Crusher. This is
A little nervous there.
he's a friend of mine from the Archaeology Council.
I've never seen him really stumble like this.
And during your vacation last year.
No. Yes. Yes.
He's so frazzled. This is his worst nightmare come true. Okay, whatever Riker's drinking looks really good.
Eternity never looked so lovely.
Oh, Riker's so smooth.
Not exactly.
This is Vash, a member of the Archaeology Council, and a friend of the captain.
Ah, a friend.
You mean he never mentioned me to you either?
Yeah, he's not mentioning you to anyone.
But perhaps Commander Riker could take over for me.
It would be my pleasure.
I like that glass with the little thumb holder. That's kind of cool. I kind of want one.
Center of the Enterprise, and our last stop. Vosh, Commander...
Why does Worf look so annoyed?
I had not been informed that council members had been granted bridge clearance.
Well, I think we can make an exception in...
That's why he's annoyed.
Well, I can see where being a starship captain has its reward.
Get off the chair! That's my chair.
Well, I suppose I'll see you then.
That was top 10 most awkward moments in the world.
Fascinating woman.
I'm trying to figure out how Q plays into this. And my thought right now is that she is Q, like in disguise or something like that. I don't really know why.
Nice legs.
Nice legs?
For a human.
For a human? Worf, man.
The captain does not reveal his personal feelings to his crew.
Why not?
I'm sorry if you're upset.
And I'm sorry if my being here embarrasses you.
Oh my god. That's basically as good as a slap to the face. Ah, there's Q, so she isn't Q. I don't know why I thought that. That was such a weird theory.
Well, don't just stand there. Say something.
Get out of my chair!
And it interferes with each of my days.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, why do you have a debt to Picard?
I would have taken my own life, but for you.
We all make mistakes.
Okay, Picard saved his life.
No. It has to be something more constructive. That's my new word.
Go to those ruins.
No, thank you.
You've never actually been to the ruins.
Yes, take him to the ruins.
How can you write about something that you've never seen? I know. Why don't I take you there?
Yes. Oh my god, yes, what an outfit.
I suppose we could travel back in time. You could see what Haggis was like 2 billion years ago.
Yes.
Will you please leave my ship?
You are simply the most impossible person to buy a gift for.
Me to my mum on, on her birthday.
He wants to do something nice for me.
I'll alert the crew.
Code red. Code red.
I am by no means embarrassed by your presence here. On the contrary. What's this?
Yeah, what are you looking at?
That's the problem with being such a well-known liar. Even when I'm telling the truth, no one believes me.
Oh, is she like a criminal then or something? Is she gonna try and steal something from the ruins?
I cannot change who I am for you or anyone else.
Nor can I change who I am.
Looks like we're at an odds here. Oh my god, Q, what the heck?
Sleeping alone?
Why would you... Was he checking for like a really small person under the covers?
It pains me to see the great Jean-Luc Picard brought down by a woman.
Oh, he's figured it out.
If I'd known sooner, I would have appeared as a female.
You can do that?
I want your help, your advice, your favors. Or for that matter, you. Do you understand?
Oh my god.
As you wish.
She's leading him to his destruction? I don't know, I kind of... Q, turn her into an eel, please. Imagine how much better your speech would have been if you were back in time.
For several years now, I have been trying to unravel this.
What the heck?
Not succeeded. However, I have, I believe, turned up some.
I love the hats, Robin Hood.
Of those, some 74 are generally believed to have revealed.
Why are they getting all these outfits? Robin Hood! He's actually Robin Hood. Dude, wait, this is so epic.
And this is England, or to be more precise, Sherwood Forest, at least Q.
Yeah, Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Sir, I protest.
Dude, Worf looks so good in that.
On the contrary,
And Data's a monk.
I have you at last, Robin Hood.
Dude, go Worf. What the heck is happening here? We got some Robin Hood war going on. I did not expect the episode to go this way at all. Love his outfit. I love the beards.
What is the one thing that Robin Hood is most famous for?
He robs from the rich and gives to the poor.
Yeah, he'd be Robin. For that joke, you gotta subscribe.
See, I've given this fantasy, as you call it, a life of its own. I have no more idea what's going to happen than you.
Really?
If you dare come to Nottingham Castle, blood will be spilled.
I honestly didn't expect this, like, Robin Hood setting. What the heck, man? This is so fun.
Well, I wasn't thinking of spirits, milady, but I have some nice fresh leeches.
Leeches?
To drain the fever
out. No, if someone ever tried this on me, I'd leave.
I'm prepared to offer you one last chance to change your mind. Will you marry me?
Oh!
Then the execution will proceed as scheduled.
What execution?
She's like, you should have told me this before.
I haven't been myself lately. Maybe we've both been a bit hasty.
She scoots. You just forgot all about that slap. Worf's gonna smash that thing. No! Oh man, that's so sad.
Data!
No, not Data. Dude, Data's bald head is so funny. I just want to smack it.
You're not going to try to save her yourself, sir.
This is not a mission. It's personal.
And I expect you to follow them.
Don't follow them. Looks like the execution is not happening anymore.
A maiden seldom has the opportunity to win herself such a noble husband.
Haha, she's playing the long game. I love her so much.
All of Nottingham knows you're still in love with him.
He bewitched me. He put me under some evil spell.
I suspected as much.
Believable.
Sorcery to the list of charges against that rogue.
Sir Guy.
I wish I could proclaim the sorcery. if I do something bad, I was bewitched. Who's this? Robin Hood.
Gosh, damn it, it's me!
Do you think this is what actually Robin Hood would do? Like, barely cling on to the ledge.
On the Enterprise, the next thing I know, I'm here in Nottingham.
Really struggling.
Castle.
You have a better one.
How about this? You go, I'll stay here.
Good plan.
Marry Sir Guy if I have to.
Yeah, live out my life. You know, I like it in this castle.
You stay behind me.
Oh, yeah. You have to make it seem. She's still playing the game. Yeah, look at Q just lounging.
Congratulations, Sir Guy. I see you snared the jackal.
It's Marion who deserves the credit.
He's like, this is not how this was supposed to happen. But he's enjoying it.
I admit I was surprised, but no more surprised than Jean-Luc.
Ha!
You're cute.
Yeah!
Yes, but unfortunately, we just don't have the time. Guards!
No! No! There are moments where I want to, like, love Q, and then there are moments where I want to slap Q across the face.
Was she worth it?
Can we just get this over with?
Are you implying that I'm not worth?
Your game was for my benefit. She is innocent in all of this.
Oh my god, the Riker reveal.
Here.
A gallant gesture, Robin, but...
Data actually looks so
farewell.
sick
I hope the two of you...
with the robe on.
Data, we need a diversion now.
Dude, imagine they actually like Game of Thrones this and they just cut off his head. That'd be crazy. Oh, nice!
Have you know I'm the greatest swordsman in all of Nottingham?
Picard's like, okay, I'm the greatest swordsman in space, buddy. He just smashed that. Oh my god. That helmet was useless. That pot hit the helmet and the guy fainted. What's the point of a helmet?
And what would that be? I'm not from Nottingham.
Oh! I'm Nottingham. No, that didn't really work at all. Oh my god, there's blood on this sword. They're actually like killing these people, unless this is some form of like simulation.
Oh.
The damsel in distress.
Vulnerable you really are. If you finally see how love has brought out the worst in you.
Nonsense.
And the best.
Is everyone here?
Where's Vash?
Where's everyone else?
Council Member Vash.
Council Member Vash is not aboard the...
What? Where is she? Oh,
Hello, Jean-Luc.
I like your outfit.
So, where are you off to now?
I haven't made up my mind.
Oh my god.
After all, she has the entire universe to choose from.
Meet my new partner.
Really? That's epic.
I'm going to take her places no human has ever seen.
Now, who can resist an offer like that?
That's true. That is a hard offer to refuse.
And in full of your debt to me.
You make an offer I can't refuse.
Well, aren't you?
Okay. Goodbye, Jean-Luc.
Goodbye, Jean-Luc.
Ah, what did I say? I could write this episode. That was a pretty good episode. It wasn't a favorite by any means, but it was still really fun and very unexpected. And that was my reaction to Qpid, Season 4, Episode 20, and that episode was pretty good. It wasn't a favorite. I don't think it was a favorite. I don't think it would even break like a top 10, maybe even top 15, but it was still a really fun episode. And even though it wasn't a favorite, I enjoyed it immensely. It was also just like really unexpected. Like when starting this episode, who would have expected everyone to go back to 12th century England and become Robin Hood and the gang? Like that was not on my bingo card for this episode, but I think this episode really accentuates, whatever, however you pronounce that word, one of the reasons why I enjoy Star Trek so much. Because even if this isn't one of the best episodes, this episode, or Qpid, I guess I could say, because I can say the title of the episode, really shows you how much creativity and freedom the world of Star Trek allows its stories to be told. Like for instance, we have an episode like yesterday's Enterprise, which was a phenomenal episode, and I reacted to that episode, and if you haven't seen that reaction, go and check it out because that's crazy. But we have an episode like yesterday's Enterprise, which is like a time travel episode where something comes into the future and the whole timeline changes and it's super crazy. We have other episodes that explore the universe and stuff like this, and then we have an episode like Qpid, which is a very romantic episode, but it also takes you into the past. And we get Robin Hood. We literally get flippant Picard as Robin Hood. Like, there are endless stories to be told in Star Trek. And while I was thinking about it, while the Robin Hood stuff was playing, I was kind of comparing it to Star Wars. Like, these two, Star Trek and Star Wars are probably the two biggest, like, sci-fi properties out there. So it's kind of easy to compare them. But I was comparing them, and I was thinking, like, Star Wars, for all of its, like, giant universe and stuff like that, you can never have Star Wars doing things like Star Trek does in Qpid. Like Star Wars, you can never have them go back in time. You can have time travel in Star Wars. I'm sure that's happened before. But you can never have them going back in time and never having Luke Skywalker play Robin Hood. But in Star Trek, you can have Jean-Luc Picard, our main character, the captain of the Enterprise, playing Robin Hood. And I think this episode is a really good summation of just the pure creativity and endless creativity that the universe of Star Trek allows for. And I think it's awesome. And that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed this episode. It was also really nice to see Q. I haven't seen him since I started Star Trek TNG in like January or something like that. I forget exactly when. And yeah, it was just really nice to see him again. I enjoyed looking at his beautiful face and seeing his trickery and stuff like that. Like I said in the episode, there are moments in Qpid and there are moments for Q in general where I just want to like cheer for him and smile at him and laugh with him because he's so much fun. But there are other moments where I just want to like give him a big slap across the face because he's so annoying at the same time. He's fun and annoying. That's why I really like his character, and I really like his dynamic with Picard and the rest of the crew, especially Picard though, because Picard hates Q. We all can see Picard hates Q, but he always like puts up with him enough, and then Q always like pokes fun at him in different ways and stuff like that, almost talks down to him, but then doesn't talk down to Picard at the same time. Like he'll talk down to Picard in some instances, like you insect life form or something like that, you know, he'll talk down to him like that, but in other instances he talks up Picard, or he talks to Picard as if they're on level terms, but he always annoys Picard and pokes fun at Picard and puts Picard in these very strange situations like Robin Hood. And that's why I love the Picard-Q dynamic, because it's so unexpected. You never know what's going to happen, and it's always so much fun to hear the two banter with each other. Besides that though, Vash, whatever her name was, I thought she was a really cool character. I probably missed the episode that she was in before, if there was an episode that she was in before, because I'd never seen her before. But she was really fun. She looked like some jewel thief type of lady, like archaeologist jewel thief. If anyone has seen Doctor Who, she reminded me a lot of Dr. River's song. If you've seen Doctor Who, you'll get the comparison immediately, I hope. And yeah, I thought that she was a really fun character as well. I'd be lovely to see her again if she ever appears later in the show. And it seemed like Picard and her had this really intimate and interesting relationship. Like they bickered quite a bit, like a married couple would, I think, like a long-term married couple would. But I think that was also because they are like different people in ways. Like Picard's morals and her morals are different, and that's what they were kind of bickering on. But you could tell that they really did care about each other, and I really liked that. So yeah, overall, while this episode wasn't dramatic or epic or like crazy, insanely good, such as yesterday's Enterprise, it was still a really enjoyable episode for me. And I think the magic of this episode isn't from the epicness or isn't from like, you know, the usual Star Trek stuff. The magic of this episode, I think, comes from the really creative, like the fact that Star Trek can go back in time and can make the characters from Robin Hood is one of the reasons that I liked this episode a lot. You know, it's not my favorite, but I like this episode a lot. And yeah, that's going to be my review. So let's get into the next episode now, which is Season 5. We're jumping into Season 5. Season 5, Episode 3. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, so I'm going to pronounce it both ways, and someone will correct me in the comments later. Ensign Ro or Ensign Ro. Yeah, let's get into it. I hope you enjoy the reaction, and I'm very excited for it. So let's press play on that episode now.
Well, one does not always have the luxury.
Yeah, you've got to choose your time and place.
I wish my barber looked like this.
Will Riker was in for a trim yesterday, and he agrees with me 100%.
Bridge to Captain.
Picard just wants to leave.
Valerian 4 colony.
Uh-oh, that's right along the Cardassian border.
Oh!
Laying a new course.
Are we seeing the Cardassians again?
Engagement strategy with Mr. Mott.
Be more accurate to say he was discussing them with me.
Yeah.
Best
He
barber in
doesn't leave.
Starfleet. What can you do?
He doesn't leave a lot of room for you to speak.
The Bajora. We claim responsibility for the destruction of the Federation colony.
Or Bajoran?
This sector.
That's stressful. They're gonna start a war or something for their homeland, I guess, though. Did they colonize the Starfleet colonize their homeland?
Space. The final frontier.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Captain's log, stardate 4507.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Admiral Kennelly has rendezvoused to discuss the Bajoran terrorists.
The Bajoran.
Picked this up from the Cardassian liaison this weekend.
You got a Cardassian cold.
The Federation target.
A new militant splinter group has broken away from the...
Oh, that makes sense.
Find this terrorist leader, Orta. Get him back where he belongs, any way you can.
Anyway.
Any way I can.
Yeah, exactly.
Admiral, they've endured generations of sympathy and promises. How can I believe that this Orta would be satisfied with more of the same?
Yeah, sympathy and promises, and has anything really changed for them?
You approved the transfer of a new officer to the Enterprise.
Negative.
But we've got one, waiting to beam aboard.
Where's O'Brien?
Ensign Ro Laren.
Ensign Ro.
I wrote the orders. I thought she might be valuable to you.
So Ensign Ro's a person.
And I am convinced that she is the right one for this job.
After what happened on Garan 2, she has no business serving on any starship.
What happened on Garan 2?
I can't tell you how difficult it was to get her out of prison.
Oh, she was in prison! Dude, she must have done something really bad. Seems like such a wild card. Okay, this is what a Bajoran looks like. Like pretty human to me. They have big ears though, and like second eyebrows. I can't tell if those are her regular ears or if their ears are bigger, because if those are her regular ears, then she got big ears.
First, the individual's name. Second, I am properly addressed as Ensign Ro.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No, there's no reason you should.
I didn't know, Ro. Oh, that rhymes.
The distortion of their names in order to assimilate. I do not.
That's kind of sad though, don't you think? That they have to do that?
Then why did you take this assignment?
If I may be equally candid.
Yeah, please.
It's better than prison.
Fair enough.
It was not my idea.
Nor ours.
Nevertheless, we will all be serving together. Commander Riker.
Yeah, you guys gotta get over your differences and your hatred for her.
So let's just get this over with as quickly as possible and go our own separate ways, okay?
Are all Bajorans like her?
Have resettled.
There are dozens of Bajoran camps on the 3 class M.
Also, Bajoran is such a fun word to say. Just say it. Bajoran. Bajoran.
A very concerned leader and a good spokesman for his people. And a terrific dancer.
Oh, a dancer.
Ensign Ro, you're familiar with the star system. You'll take the con. Is there a problem, Ensign?
You're wasting your time.
Why?
Invite to symposiums and diplomatic soirees. But he has no real influence among my people.
Well, then who does?
Oh, it will be. Don't fool yourself. This mission will end in bloodshed.
Oh, what? No, we don't want that.
I would go to the camp on the southern continent of Valo 2. Find a man named Qpid.
Qpid. Why am I really excited to explore the Bajorans?
Now I see how history has rewarded them.
Yeah, but they've been pushed out of their homes, haven't they?
This used to be me.
Balik!
See, she's so nice, though, at the same time, right?
We are not a violent race, Captain. Just passionate about our cause.
I mean, fair enough.
Can you help us to locate him?
I'm sorry, I don't wish to help you.
Oh, don't wish.
You were innocent bystanders for decades as the Cardassians took our homes.
Oh, fair.
And tortured our people in the most hideous ways imaginable.
Fair. You haven't done anything, but you've also stood idle.
That must be for you. To turn a deaf ear to those who suffer behind a line on a...
Yeah, that is fair enough.
Perhaps I should have known that. We should have attacked the Federation long ago.
Ha, to get their help, yeah.
Yours is about diplomacy, politics, strategy. Mine is about blankets. If we were to exchange places...
Like, I understand where he's coming from.
See that the replicators provide a blanket for every man, woman, and child before nightfall.
I will contact you when I have any information that might be of assistance to you.
Aww.
They should live like this.
I couldn't, and I wouldn't. That's one reason I ran away.
Yeah, I was wondering how she escaped this.
I will never be.
I like that we're starting to understand Ensign Ro's mindset as well.
Do you mind if we join you?
The girls' night.
I'll tell you one thing. If I ever find myself on an...
Ah, it's Whoopi!
Really? Really? Sounds like someone I'd like to know. Excuse me.
Dude, Whoopi always just talks to people. In every episode she's in, she just talks, and then they have some revelation.
And I listen.
Huh. You heard anything interesting?
Lots of things.
They say you never told the true story of Gallon 2.
Yeah, I want to know now.
They also say you didn't defend yourself at your court-martial.
Oh, why?
I didn't follow orders. 8 members of the away team died.
Yeah, but why didn't you follow orders?
I told you. I'm Guinan. I tend bar, and I listen.
That's it.
That sounds like the beginning of a very interesting friendship.
Yeah, be friends with Guinan, why not?
Bridge to
Yeah, it seems like she has a lot of self-pity, you know what I mean?
space communication coming in for you, Ensign.
Like she's really beating herself up over a lot of things. And it seems also like she's trying to stay distant.
Everything is going exactly as you predicted.
Oh, what? What? What is happening? What is happening? Little plan behind Picard's back here.
Computer locate Ensign Ro.
Ensign Ro is not on board the Enterprise.
Where is she?
The transport log.
On the moon?
Fluctuations over here. Troy to Picard.
Oh, they can't communicate to each other. Oh, never mind, they've been captured. Never mind, they've been captured. Oh, this must be the leader. What's Ensign Ro doing here?
I am Mort.
He sounds epic. Oh, he looks epic.
I came here to convince these people to listen to you. I didn't want this to end in bloodshed.
Oh, interesting.
Perhaps you are a victim of this deception as well. I do not know.
Deception.
I think he is a victim.
He wants to seek out the Bajoran terrorists who
destroy them.
As I have informed Rolaren, it was not the Bajora.
Oh, what? Dude, this is like an inside job.
One want to falsely implicate the Bajora.
Perhaps someone wanted to draw us into the conflict.
Yes, exactly.
Ro, I see you in my ready room.
This kind of gives me Star Trek Into Darkness vibes in terms of the plan for Starfleet trying to get into a war or something like that.
Orders for the remainder of this mission. Dismissed.
No, she was trying to help though, Picard. She was trying to help.
What? Hello.
Dude, her
me,
head,
Guy.
like her hat is so wide, she almost didn't fit through that door.
Do you want to talk about it?
It's nothing you can help me with.
You'll be surprised.
I'm in trouble. There's more going on here than anybody on this ship realizes.
I want to know, man.
And I'd probably still be there if I hadn't trusted one man.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Ensign Ro has some things she'd like to talk to you about.
Ensign Ro has been confined to her quarters.
Picard, give her a chance, man.
Please sit down.
Everyone looks at her with such malice.
I'm probably gonna end up back in the stockade one way or the other. And if that's the way it has to be, then I just can't do this anymore.
Say it!
I'd go on a mission.
I know that part.
No, sir.
Not the mission.
My job was to give Orta an incentive.
What kind of incentive?
One.
To fight.
He would get weapons, ships, things that would really make a difference against the Cardassians.
What?
I didn't leave the ship without authorization, Captain. I received it from the Admiral last night.
Oh, the plot thickens.
I was given a piece of sugar candy. And I was led by a Cardassian into a room where my father was sitting.
Oh no.
And during the next 2 hours, as I was forced to watch,
oh God.
my father was tortured until he died.
What the heck, man? This zoom is really good.
So ashamed of him as he begged for mercy.
So ashamed.
I was ashamed of him for being weak.
And that's why she said what she said earlier.
A Starfleet admiral presented me with an opportunity to help my people in their fight against the Cardassians. I had to accept.
Fair enough. Dude, that camera work was incredible. And that whole monologue was amazing.
Captain, I don't know who to trust anymore. But that strange bartender of yours has a way of getting to you, and...
Yeah, she does.
That Orta would cooperate with us to determine the truth here.
I think I can persuade him to.
Good.
Then let's do it.
In the next few hours.
Well done, Captain.
It was a team effort.
I hate this guy.
How's that Cardassian virus, Admiral?
A lot better, thank you.
That's why you did Cardassian. That's big.
On screen.
Ooh, they have cool ships.
I am monitoring increased activity inside Cardassian space.
Oh, what's happening?
Yellow alert. Continue to monitor them.
Ensign Ro, what's the closest we come?
This is so stressful.
8 minutes.
That's where it will be.
Ah, that's where it'll be.
The Cardassians are within visual range.
On screen.
Oh, that's so stressful. They have really cool looking ships, though.
Open a channel, Miss Wolf.
Ah, look how ugly they are.
Thus, we know its markings well.
Well, rest assured, Goldalac, there will be no...
This is so stressful, man.
We would request that you withdraw and leave the matter to us.
You're gonna blow it up.
Draw what do you intend to do with the Bajoran vessel?
We intend to destroy it.
Yeah.
We are prepared to take any steps necessary.
Is that intended as a threat?
Yeah, it is.
1 hour to withdraw.
1 hour to withdraw.
Your top priority is to protect the Cardassian Treaty.
Sir, I see...
So leave the Bajorans.
Peace without sacrificing the Bajoran.
If that's your call, I'll support it.
No.
No. With his Cardassian virus
yes.
coming to meet with you after the...
Yes, exactly.
Now we have a common enemy, he says. That our mission has, in fact, been to expose Orta.
Oh, yeah.
For now, I'm giving you a direct order to withdraw. Kenley out.
Don't listen, man.
He's ordered us to withdraw.
As predicted.
The Cardassians are moving toward the Bajoran vessel, Captain.
Hold present.
What's your plan? Oh! What? Oh, they beamed them all up. They beamed them all up.
No, sir.
Survivors?
No, sir. No one was on board.
Ha!
The ship was controlled from the ground, and communication was handled through a subspace relay on the vessel.
Oh, interesting.
And integrity of Starfleet.
Do you know how many of our people they killed on Solar?
No one. No one.
Admiral, Orta's ships are old and obsolete.
Yeah.
Then who is responsible?
I suggest that you ask your friend.
The Cardassians.
Is that the Cardassians staged it?
The Cardassians?
He didn't even know. Dude, he was double-crossing everyone, and the Cardassians were double-crossing him. This was a quadruple cross.
We have some surveying to do in Sector 21305.
Perhaps I should arrange for some other transportation back.
No, you can stay for a bit.
I think it would be a shame for Starfleet to lose someone of your potential.
Oh, there we go.
That's an attitude that I've found common among the best officers I've ever served.
And I rarely refuse an interesting challenge.
So stay. Accepted! What if he's like, no, you can't wear that? That was a good episode, and it was nice to get to know the Bajorans a little bit. I hope that they are in DS9 when I get to them. And that was my reaction to Ensign Ro. I was going to just read the whole summary for some reason. That was going to be a little weird. The Season 5, Episode 3 episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed it more than Qpid, which is the episode I watched right before this. And I don't think this episode was my favorite episode that I've seen. I don't think it would hit the top 5 or maybe top 10. But I still found it super fascinating. The Bajorans are really, really cool, and I'm wondering if they have a significant impact later on in the show, or if they get translated over to Deep Space Nine, like I'm pretty sure the Cardassians do. So it's interesting to see, one, how, because I'm pretty sure the Cardassians are pretty big in Deep Space Nine, how the Cardassians think of the Borgian, what do you call them? The Bajoran. I just couldn't say that word for a second. It's interesting to see how the Cardassians think of the Bajorans, and it's also interesting to see how the Bajorans think of the Cardassians, and kind of Starfleet as well. And it's just interesting, like, this species of people, I'm gonna say people, these species of aliens, I guess, that were more advanced than humans before humans could even stand, as Picard said, and now they are displaced. They don't really have a home because their homes have been colonized by the Cardassians. I just thought it was a very tragic way to introduce. I don't know if this was like the introduction of this species. I think for me it was, and it was a very tragic way to introduce these species. But it was also a very interesting way because it's just this really cool look at, I don't know, resettlement and stuff like that. Sort of immigration in a way, because these people, this species of alien, the Bajorans, had to immigrate to different planets, and they are spread over the solar system on different worlds because their home world has been taken, right? And so I thought it was kind of this cool commentary that Star Trek was doing on colonization and how these people, the Bajorans in this case, are affected by this colonization. And let's talk about Ensign Ro very quickly. Ensign Ro was a really cool character, and I hope that she stays on the show for a while. Like, I hope that she doesn't just say yes to being like an officer or something and then we just never see her again. Like, I hope that she keeps making appearances because she was really awesome. She was really, really cool. I really liked how rigid she was at the start of the episode. Like how, I don't know, she was straight to the facts. She was very aggressive with how she spoke. But then as the episode went on, she became a lot more open and a lot more calm with how she was speaking. And that's just because she said it in this episode that she felt like she was being controlled as if she was like a puppet on strings. You know, it didn't really feel like she had control of her life. And then plus, on top of that, everyone was just kind of hating on her. You know, every time Riker would talk to her, every time Picard would talk to her, they would talk down to her. They would talk very aggressively to her. They would never listen to what she had to say, and they would order her around without kind of giving her a chance to spout her own opinion. And when she did spout her own opinion, they would just kind of cast it aside, and then that slowly changed as the episode went on. Obviously, we didn't see Riker changing too much because he just wasn't on screen that much. He was kind of angry with her, and then okay with her. But Picard, on the other hand, was like angry with her, like hating her, and then she had that amazing monologue where the camera slowly zoomed into her face and she was talking about how she witnessed her father getting tortured for hours, and then she felt ashamed to be a Bajoran because he lacked any confidence. You know, he showed weakness and stuff like that. So she was ashamed of her father. She was ashamed to be a Bajoran, and it was really, really kind of upsetting and tragic, and there was so much emotion. Even though she wasn't crying or being incredibly dramatic and stuff like that, it was still so much emotion. You could tell, like, just her eyes itself were just speaking this story, and it was a really great monologue, and it slowly started to turn Picard around on the Bajorans. And I really liked at the end, the Bajorans are not the villains as maybe we assumed the terrorist group were the villains. And the story of this episode as well was really, really interesting, how it took so many twists and turns. First of all, I really liked that the virus at the very start of the episode, the sickness, actually comes back into the episode and is actually a really big key into the twist of this episode. It was like foreshadowing in a way. I really, really liked that. It wasn't just some throwaway sickness. I should have assumed that it wasn't some throwaway sickness, but I liked that. I thought that the Admiral was doing this on his own belief, like he just hated the Bajorans on his own terms, and maybe the Bajorans did attack this settlement, and I was like, maybe they did, maybe they didn't, and then we learned that they didn't, but then I was like, maybe the Admiral just doesn't like the Bajorans for other reasons. But then it seems like the Admiral was fooled by the Cardassians, and the Cardassians were outplaying the Admiral, who were making him think something, and then the Admiral was believing that and trying to get Picard to believe that. So it was almost like this 3-layered plan where someone was doubling, like the Admiral had a secret plan, he was duping Picard there underneath the surface, and the Cardassians were duping the Admiral underneath the surface. So it was like a double dupe, if you know what I mean. And I thought that was really cool as well. It was great to see the Cardassians again. I always love seeing them. I mean, this is only the second time that I've seen them, but they're so ugly, but they're so fun to watch, and they seem very evil. They seem like a very malicious species, and so I'm excited to hopefully explore them, whether it's in the future TNG episodes that I'm going to watch or in Deep Space Nine, because they are a very interesting species to me. And so yeah, overall, I really liked this episode a lot. I thought Ensign Ro was a great character, and I'm hoping that she sticks around in the show for a while. I've never seen her before, so that either means that she dies at some point between this episode and the next episode of TNG that I have seen before this. I think it was like Unification Part 1 and Part 2, which I watched previously in my last time I watched TNG. Or she just doesn't appear that much, like she's just in the background for a lot of the show. I'm hoping that she actually gets more characterization and stuff, and I'm hoping that she stays an officer on the Enterprise and that she actually does stuff, because again, she was really, really cool. And yeah, overall, even though this wasn't my favorite episode, I still found a lot to love in this episode. And again, after watching all these episodes, there hasn't been a Star Trek TNG episode that I've disliked. So yeah, that is going to be the end of my reactions and not my reactions. I still have a bunch more episodes left, but that's going to be the end of my reaction for today and my end of the review, if that wasn't really good English. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. As you can see, my dog stayed. I don't know if you can see her, but she's asleep on the bed. She stayed. She must have really liked these episodes as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next Star Trek The Next Generation reaction.